All hail the Clicks crew. Alright guys, today we're counting down my 10 favorite figures from the Marvel Heroclix House of X Heroclix set. These are the 10 most powerful figures in my opinion. They are in no particular order, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at them. I don't own all these figures, so we're going to go ahead and be looking at them on hcrealms.com in their units section. That is the only reason I would tell you to ever go to HC Realms. Clicks Nexus is another place you can go to look at dials. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and take a look at these. These are in no particular order. I want you to give me your most meta figure, the figure you think is most meta from this set in the comments below. I always enjoy reading that stuff. Before we get into this video though, now's a good time to let you know that Mr. Clicksflix is sponsored by Lucky Dice Cafe out of Huntsville, Alabama, home of the ROC. No matter if you're in the United States or around the world, Lucky Dice Cafe has a winning role for our game needs. You can visit them at luckydicecafe.com or on their Facebook page using the link found in the description of this video. Mr. Clicksflix is also sponsored by trollandtoad.com, one of the largest online gaming retailers. Visit trollandtoad.com, use promo code Mr. Clicksflix for 5% off your HeroClix order today. Alright guys, so without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into this video. So, up first we've got Prime Bishop. He's number 003B in the set. Only 40 points, has the feature and X-Men keywords, 2 traits, and a special on his defense. I don't actually own this one. I do plan on owning it. He's pretty inexpensive to get. But he's got his first trait is time traveling with my sister, phasing teleport. Once per game when Bishop uses it, after resolutions it may generate a shard bystander. We're going to take a look at that here in just a second. His other trait is fixing the timeline. When Bishop attacks one or more characters with the past or future keywords, or that can use probability control, modify attack +1 and damage +1. So it's a nice little modifier in there. Past and future keywords, it does seem like they've been handing that out a little bit more. So you got a decent chance at getting up to a 13 attack for 4 damage, all by his onesie, which is pretty good. And then he's got, for the special on his defense, his entire dial, energy shield deflection, and toughness. So 19 defense at range. You know, you've got a possibility at a 13 for 4 with 19 range for 40 points. On its face, with an outwit, on its face, that's good. But then you throw in the shard bystander, which should be popping up here any second. Okay, 8 movement with running shot, 10 attack, precision strike, 17 defense, toughness, 3 damage. Okay, good. Then he's got this, she's got 2 traits. First one is absorb the ambient light. Opposing characters can only attack characters within 5 squares of themselves. So you're able to really chop down the range of a lot of characters on the field. And there's no area of effect for this. It's just the entire board. And then she's got this other trait, which is Family Bond. After resolutions of any action, if no friendly character named Bishop's on the map, KO shard. So they gotta, you know, kind of reel it in a little bit. But between this and Bishop for the 40 points of the figure, this is a win the whole way around for this set. Next one we're going to go ahead and take a look at is Wolverine. This one really won a lot more. I already had a lot of respect for it, but it won a lot more respect from me from a tournament that we had this past weekend. You're going to be seeing it soon. If the upload order is right in my head of this video. Otherwise, just check out the Heroclix gameplay list. It'll be on there as a battle royale. But man, this guy's good. 100 points, so a little getting towards the upper end of what I personally like to spend for points, especially for a close combat guy. 10 movement with charge, 11 attack, precision strike, 17 defense, combat reflexes, 4 damage, exploit weakness. You know, that's not bad. But then he's got this trait that makes it so he just holds on forever. Toughness, okay, traded. Toughness is good. Gets us out of that poison damage. Wolverine takes a maximum of 3 damage from attacks. At the beginning of your turn, heal 1 click. Oh my goodness. So that means if your opponent's attacking you, they deal 3 clicks and you heal 1 click back. Now, it's important to note that that's after you take the toughness reducer. So let's say they dealt you 5. then you have the toughness, which cuts it down to 4, and then the maximum of 3, which cuts it down to 3. You don't reduce the 1 after the maximum damage of 3. But yeah, this guy is he's really good. He's a hoss. It's hard to put him down, especially once you start getting him on these super senses clicks. And, you know, we don't like to talk about equipment during this, but if you can get him shape change or something like that to go along with it. And then on top of that, yeah, no, this is just a good figure. And then he's got these couple team-up cards to give him a little extra panache. This is just one of the best figures in the set. Next up, we're going to talk about another, like, semi-don't-die figure, and this is Moira X, 75 points. She's got 2 traits. Her first one is I have learned from my many lives. Moira X can use the standard powers printed on her card from lower point numbers previous lives. And then her other trait is the Uncanny Life of Moira X. Moira X isn't a standard character, can't be equipped or a pilot. Moira X takes a maximum of 1 damage from attacks, can't be healed, and can't be chosen for Mastermind or Krakoan Revival Protected Pulse Wave. So you're not able to heal her at all, but she can use all these powers, and she takes a maximum of 1 damage. So if you get her down to her last click, where, you know, she's got a better defense but a lower attack, she's got access to all of these powers simultaneously. So she's got energy shield, deflection, combat reflexes, willpower, and super senses to try to keep her, you know, from dying. Then she's got prob, outwit, and leadership. And then as far as attacks go, she's got access to precision strike, Blades, Claws, Fangs, Energy, Explosion, and Quake. And then on top of that, she has Exploit, Weakness. This is just... And then she's got Running Shot and Charge. Like, this is a deceptively good figure. You look at this figure and you're like, maybe not super great, but she is still really good. She's for sure one of the best figures in the set. I used her recently, and it reminded me of why I like this figure so much. Alright. Next up is a chase figure. This is Krakoa, more specifically the 40-point version of the chase. 40 points, 8 range, triple target, 13 movement with stealth, 10 attack, incapacitate, 18 defense, invincible, 1 damage with support, improved targeting, ignores hindering and blocking terrain, 4 different traits. If Krakoa is played at 3 points, KO when they cross the red starting line, protected pulse wave, okay. And the other one is strategically place safe havens. At the beginning of the game, generate 5 safe haven hindering terrain markers anywhere on the map, at least 5 squares from any starting area and each other. Friendly characters with the X-Men keyword that are adjacent to Krakoa or occupy one of the safe haven markers have power. Place this character adjacent to Krakoa or in the square of one of the safe haven markers. Friendly characters with the X-Men keyword have improved movement, ignores hindering. This is the big deal of why you have this guy. So basically he makes it so that you can get across the whole board with a power action in just about any place. There's plenty of game mechanics where, you know, free action, bring in a Pog, and the Pog can do the dirty work for you. This guy's just legit for that. Then he's got this other trait, which is phasing, teleport, poison, smoke cloud is free. Smoke cloud is free is still good. I believe it still hands out that -1 to damage. Hold on, I'm sorry, attack. Yeah, modify attack -1. So it's still good for that, even though it doesn't hinder movement anymore. But that's good. And then his last trait is when an opposing character within range uses Outwit, Perplex, or Probability Control, Krakoa can use that power until your next turn. So he's basically a Mimic supporter as well. This guy's just all kinds of win. I feel like he's one of the best ones in the set. Next thing we're going to talk about is indeed another chase. And this one's Darkbritain. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned him in another video. But I'm really big on this guy right now. At the 30-point line. He's got 2 traits, special on his movement, special on his attack. First trait is Battle Fury. Captain Britain can reduce penetrating damage, so he can reduce penetrating damage. he's got this other trait, which is take the trinket, I beg thee, please. When Darkbritain is KO'd, choose a friendly character. For the rest of the game, that character can use wing symbol, toughness, willpower, and super strength. That is why I like him mainly, but we're going to see why some other things that I like. But this is nice. This is so you have a chance that when he gets KO'd, which, you know, hopefully we're playing a game where that doesn't happen, but he's only got 3 clicks, so let's be honest, he's pretty easy to target. But if your opponent KOs him, then you get to pick somebody on your team, not restricted by keyword, not restricted by name, not restricted by point value or anything like that. You just get to point blank give somebody flight, give somebody toughness, give somebody willpower and super strength. Now, flight is really good. Toughness, depending on the character, could be really helpful. Willpower, to me, is the big reason. You're doing this to give somebody flight and somebody willpower. With the new willpower rules where you can roll to remove an action token from yourself with willpower, that's just phenomenal. And then you do gain access to super strength, which, you know, right now, it's not a very useful power, but someday super strength will shine again. But yeah, so when he gets KO'd, somebody gets wing, flight, and willpower, which is really good for 30 points. It's almost worth it just to run it like that and treat him like an object. But then he's got this special on his movement, which is Charge Flurry, Improved Movement Ignores Hindering. And then he's got the special on his attack, which is Die Witch Breed, Blades, Claws, Fangs. When Darkbritain hits, after resolutions, choose one, remove an action token from him, or heal 1 click. If the target has X-Men keyword, choose both. So he only has that for his first click at this dial, but he does have Steal Energy on his second 2 clicks, so you're able to, at any of these 3 clicks, just keep trying to get back up to top dial, which I think is really cool. But so you've got Charge, Flurry, Blades, Claws, Fangs, Exploit, Weakness, which you can use all together now. So for 30 points, you've got somebody that could potentially, if you got really lucky with your dice rolls, deal out 12 damage. And if he dies, if your opponent, you know, focuses on him like they should, for 30 points, this is a very dangerous figure to have on the board. If your opponent goes after him, then probably your tent pole now has flight, if they didn't have it already, and willpower, if they didn't have it already, and toughness, which will protect from poison in case you've got a tent pole that somehow has super senses or something like that, and then super strength. Again, super strength's, you know, kind of vestigial at this point, but it's there. But again, you're given a tent pole, willpower, and flight symbol, and 30 points. This guy's unignorable for a secondary attacker. So he's one of my favorite figures in the set. Next up, we're going to go ahead and talk about Juggernaut. He's just good. Tyler, I think, is who made it. Tyler Sprees. But he did a good job putting them together. A lot of people really like him. I've seen him used. I like him a lot. Trying to find the thing here. Can reduce penetrating damage, protected outwit. Really helps keep him alive. That 19 up at the top there is really important. Then he's got that stop click at the end, and it's impervious on a 4 through 6. And he's got this charge. You may choose to not have the speed, which really takes advantage of that 13 movement. And then he's got Battle Fury, and then opposing characters within 4 squares can't use Stop, Leadership, or Perplex. If they already used Perplex, the temporary modifier doesn't apply. So you're stopping your opponent from using 2 really good support powers and all those stop clicks, which are really important for a lot of figures right now. So this guy's just he's a workhorse if you can work with him. He's got Mystical, which is a really good keyword. X-Men's a really good keyword. So yeah, this guy's one of the better figures in the set. Next up, we're going to talk about Captain Britain. This is the 30-point version, more specifically. As you can tell, I tend to, and most competitive players do, not that I'd say that I'm super competitive, but they tend to favor the lower point dials on a bunch of things. She's got 2 different traits. So Excalibur Mystical Protectors, Mystic's team ability, but only triggers during ranged attacks. Captain Britain has protected Mystic's team ability. Okay, so that's pretty cool there. And then Telepathic Coordination Leadership. When Captain Britain uses leadership and succeeds, she may also remove an action token from a friendly character within range with the X-Men or Excalibur keyword. So you get to remove 2 tokens. So for 30 points, you get a 2-token remover leadership, and Outwit, and a Charge Blades Claws Fang, so you can possibly deal 6. I don't know what more you want out of a figure. Mystical and X-Men keywords are probably your best ones. So, just a good figure. I mean, not a lot to talk about, nothing super fancy with this figure, but still good. Next one we're going to talk about is Gambit. So he's got 7 range, but with triple target now. 11 attack, 18 movement with super senses, and 3 damage. And he's got a special on his attack and a trait. So he's got improved movement and improved targeting, ignores hindering. So the targeting's pretty cool there. Then he's got that Excalibur Mystical Protectors trait, just like Captain Britain had. Mystic's TA, but only triggers for ranged attack. Gambit has protected Mystic's TA. And then he's got this special on his attack, which is Energy Explosion, Precision Strike. Make an attack, but only to target a single non-standard character's... free make an attack, but only to target a single non-standard character. So, you get to attack for free... Or, I'm sorry, attack with your Energy Explosion, which you can use Energy Explosion and Precision Strike now. Wait, no, you can do, let me look here. Become target, character damage taken from that attack can't be reduced below 1. Yeah, Precision Strike works with Energy Explosion, plus you've got the multi-target for the Precision Strike if you want, which is really good. And then on top of that, you get a free attack. For 50 points, you can deal a ton of damage with this guy. You figure you attack with the Energy Explosion, you can deal, however many damage with that. Plus, you get a free attack to one character for another 3 damage. That's enough to really hurt most support figures. I like this guy a lot. Next, we're going to go ahead and look at Elixir. He's only 40 points, and he's got a trait and a special on his damage. His first trait is the 5 Elixir. When a friendly character is chosen by the Krakoan Revival trait, after resolutions, heal each character adjacent to them 1 click. So that's pretty cool there. That's a nice thing that helps your team. And then he's got this Omega level healing as the special on his damage, which is support but Elixir, and his target may be adjacent to opposing characters. When a friendly character uses the X-Men team ability, increase their D6 result by +2. So that really helps the X-Men team ability, and also that 12 attack with support makes it so he's probably going to hit most times. But then I really like here at the end where he's got it's only a 9 attack, but he's got a 4 damage with Exploit Weakness. Man, that's tough. And then he's got the regen and stuff like that. And you can Krakoan Revival him back and just do all kinds of stuff. This is a good figure. And last but certainly not least, I'm picking Professor X. He's 75 points, 8 range, triple target, special on his attack. His movement with an 8 movement, 11 attack with incapacitate, 17 defense, and super senses, 1 damage with outwit. He's got a bunch of different team up cards for you to choose from, and he's got 2 traits and a special on his movement. His first trait is the Krakoan Revival trait. We're not going to go ahead and get into that. His other trait is bartering pharmaceutical breakthroughs for Krakoan sovereignty free. Choose an opposing character not on its starting click. That character's controller may heal that character 1 click. If they do, until your next turn, that chosen character can attack. If they don't, roll a d6 3 through 6. Heal 1 click on a friendly character that is equal or less points than the chosen character. So that's really good. It allows your opponent to make a choice. Do they want to take a turn off from attacking, or do they want to make it so that you can heal? And depending on the point line and what's going on, healing 1 click can be really important. It's a trait. It's a free action, so it's just a little bonus. Then the special on his movement is while you slept, the world changed. Mind control, stealth, When Professor X uses mind control, he has improved targeting, elevated hindering characters. This character can make ranged attacks while adjacent to opposing characters, may target adjacent or non-adjacent opposing characters. So he's got an 8 range, which is pretty high nowadays. Mind control that can shoot through basically everything except for blocking. And he's got 11 attack, which is nice and high. There's plenty of characters in this set too that are going to be able to perplex that up, get them to a 12 or a 13. That's more than enough most of the time. X-Men is probably his strongest keyword. Ruler's actually not a bad keyword. But for 75 points, I like this guy a lot. He's really giving me some headaches in games. Glass Cannon, yes, he is. And then at the end of his dial, though, he's got that 19 with Defend and 3 damage with Perplex and Psychic Blast, which is just, that's really good. So, yeah, guys, those are what I feel are the best figures in the Marvel Heroclix House of X Heroclix set. I want you guys to just give me your favorite figure in the comments below. I always enjoy reading that stuff. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up, give it a share. Really helps keep me motivated to make these videos, but also it lets YouTube know, hey, I enjoyed this video, other people might as well, and it helps get the video shared out by YouTube. Alright guys, that's all I have for you today. As always, please remember the zone critical miss if you don't have probability control.